I didn't try because I didn't do collie, and yeah, I figured I knew that every time I got into a session, I had to change them, but and then I got on the grid and I went, oh shit, I got to jump out, change the tires. So I did that.
I changed it in the garage and saved it, and all week that worked perfectly fine. But
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and every other denomination. This is the RaceKraft Simulations V8 Vet Split 4. I am John Van Ree. With me in the Chook Caller box this evening, we have Mark Dial and Michael Hayes. How are we, gentlemen? Yes, round 9, boys. We are at the one and only Redbull Ring. 2 rounds to go, every single little bit to play for. Of course, we better have a quick look at where the championships stand after 8 rounds, because it's going to matter tonight. Because Stephen Williams, who's sitting on top of the pile, is not racing this evening. And then sitting in second, 18 behind him, is Abel Verban, followed by Yusuf Korafides, Peter Wilkinson, Simon Black, Peter Morris, Darren Freer, Michael Hayes. Can't hear the others. I haven't turned them up. That's all right. Except Darren Hayes, Michael Hayes, Darren Frere was in 7th. Michael Hayes is in 8th. Carl Pickering in 9th. Pete Kelly in 10th. Kevin O'Neill in 11. 12 is Walden. Baldock in 13th. Dougie Wright 14th. 15th. Timmy Vermey. Robbie Williams in 16. Darren Friend 17. Greg Schultz in 18. Sean Slater in 19. And Ash Hall in 20th. Rounds out the positions heading into there. Let's have a quick look at this circuit. It, of course, is the famous circuit known as the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg in the Styria Mountains in one only Austria. And we start on the start-finish straight at the bottom of the hill where we will drive up into turn 1, otherwise known as Nicky Lauder Corner, and then we head up the hill. Through turn 2, one of the fastest corners we ever go on in any motorsport, as we head uphill into the famous turn 3. And then out of turn 3, we then head back down the hill into turn 4, into Rauch. And then we come around and we sweep through turn 5, turn 6. We go past Boris the Bull, down into turn 7. Of course, Gunter has to be where Boris the Bull is. We then head to 8, and then we come down into the fast final complex, down into turn 9 and through the fast-flowing Red Bull turn 10, and back onto the start-finish straight. It is a very challenging little circuit, and I think we may see this one here tonight with the forecast starting at the start of the race being 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally we race in the mornings, and of course we will see tonight. We do have a weather forecast where there is a 50% to 70% chance of rain at the end of the race, so you have to keep an eye on what the weather gods do. It's going to be very, very interesting. Let's have a bit of a flyby. Our good mate Will Wilson couldn't get his proper circuit. He was hoping to get up and do some aerobatics in the extra 300 in the Red Bull livery, but unfortunately, because we are next to the Spielberg airport, he was only allowed to fly downwind into the circuit to land. But we still got some good air shots from Will. Great to see he's finally got his license back after his little mishap last week at Mexico. And he is definitely up and running again here. You come down, you can see we're nicely tucked in on the edge of the valley. You can see the hill sloping up into the Alps, of course, heading down across the start-finish straight. Plenty of car handling in the middle of the track there, plenty of grandstands. Boris the Bull just underneath. I think that could be Gunter licking something, I'm not sure. It's metal, who knows? This time of year it's cold, so it's probably going to freeze. And, of course, Will coming back around the other side. That is a great-looking Hyper Meridian aircraft, and Will, that is a perfect circuit downwind, mate. Done very well. Yes, the last thing to do, lads, is to have a very, very quick look at the grid. This is going to be an interesting one because I think we're going to see some surprises in here. And let's hide that. On pole, not a surprise, Abel Verban from Sim Racer HQ. Sitting second alongside him on the front row, Robert Baxter from CX2 Reality Racing. That is sensational. Rob on the front row.
Great work.
I reckon that's got to do with Dad telling him to pull his finger out after last week's interview that we had. So on the second row is the TikTok, YouTube, social sensation, Pete Wilkinson himself. Big call from Pete on the Locked On podcast this week, claiming he needs to win one of the last 2 races to get himself up in the championship. So we'll see how car 268 goes with that one. He is, of course, 300th of a second behind Abel. He shares the front row with Yusuf Korafides. This rookie has absolutely done very well this season, coming in leaps and bounds. On the third row is the man who has Chaos as his initials. That, of course, is Kevin O'Neill, taking over for KO in the split 4-wheel race entry. He shares along the front row with Carl Pickering from Pico Industries. Great job from Pico to put himself on the third row. This is where this gets wrong. On the fourth row, I told you to be upsets, Robbie Williams is entertaining from Player One. Have a look who's beside him. I can't read that name. Can you read it, Michael?
It looks like a Mr. Van Ray.
Wonder how he got there. I think he was still wondering how he got there.
I think.
Yeah, that was it. No, not last night. And lap 5. In row 5, Bruce Galloway from W2 Motorsports lines up alongside Ned himself, Peter Kelly from Team VGA. On the 6th row is Anita Buckland. I reckon that is a sensational P11 for her from Old Mates and Sons, and she lines up alongside Darren Walden from Angry Birds as we roll over the page. We have Dave Baldock in 13th. Great qualifying. Gets himself in the top 15 on the 7th row. Lines up alongside Darren Frere from W2 Motorsports. Big shout out to Darren. Had lunch with Darren today. Absolute gentleman. Leighton Larrikin. Absolute amazing guy to catch up with. Plenty of the stories there to talk about. And we move then on to the 8th row. Simon Black, the Black had with lunch last week from Oceanic Sim Racing. And speaking of Simon, big shout out to Simon as well because of the sheer fact that he got inducted last night into the Australian Sim Racing Group's Hall of Fame. So I think that is a very, very special and very big achievement. So congratulations to Simon on that. And of course, he lines up alongside Darren Friend from Old Mates and Sons. Moving on to the 9th row. He's back. He's been to Victoria. They let him out. I don't know how that happened. Shane Patterson from WKMP is sitting on the 9th row alongside Darren Vermey from 1MLT. On the 10th row is Anthony River from SLS Racing alongside Craig Rose from Quantum Racing. Could be Rosie's second last race. He hasn't signed up for season 26. And then we move on to row 11 where we've got Dougie Wright from Old Mates and Sons alongside Pete Morris for Fishy Motorsports. And roll into the next row, of course, which is the 12th row. Ashley Hall from Quantum Racing lines up alongside Leon Williams from Locked On Racing. And over the page again, big grid tonight. We have Timmy Vermey from 1MLT lining up alongside BMAC Racing's Brendan McLean. And then, of course, on the 14th row is Greg Sholton from Mustang North Queensland, and he lines up alongside Michael Power, last week's race winner from Southern Cross Racing all the way back in 28. That was a big surprise. On the 15th row, Timmy Hall from Player One Racing lines up alongside Phil Whiteman from Team VGA. Jamie Dyke was promoted. I don't know how many people picked that up last night, but he had been promoted to the head race control role and did a sensational job with that. Paul Warwick was driving the safety car, and Phil Marsh was in the service spotting for Michael Hayes, who had a pit start.
I did.
Naughty boy.
You shouldn't misbehave, otherwise you've got to start from the pit lane.
Well, if the rumours are true, apparently the half of Split 2 are going to be starting pit lane next week. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. Yeah, let's get this one all queued up and ready to roll. It's a little bit overcast. Of course, we do have this threat of rain coming. Big shout out to everybody in the servers, in the YouTube server as well. With Dave Worrell's asking if someone can drug test car 515. Yeah, go get funny. Anita Buckland. So cheers, Luke. And of course, Mr. Sanderson's in there as well. Darren Free's in there. He got the caravan home, which is good. And Vaughan Robinson as well. So big shout out to all you guys. I've probably missed a couple of names like Luke Gorman and Peter Kelly and Pato. Big shout out to everybody out there as well. I reckon, lads, it could be time we light the wick on this one.
Sounds like a good plan. Let's go.
Let's go. We are going to, I think, a quick couple of taps here. Just get my cheat sheet up because I'm going to need that because I might get very busy very quickly. And we are away. And we might just drop it back in the pack just a little bit. Mr. Pickering. So big move. And so Yusuf up the inside of backstart sideways. He's off into the weeds. And then a big tap again. Another tap, another spin. Another one into the wall. Someone's in the wall there as well. And it is all starting to clean up a little bit at the back. Somehow Baldock's in the middle of all that. Typical. Got himself away to a very, very good start. But I do believe we have just had the magic call of safety car. And that is a very, very early. So we'll let this roll out. Anyway, we'll have a quick look. We might go to a replay here, actually, while we've got a chance. We might just go a bit of a replay on board with Mr. Pickering. As we go to the Chook Raffle rewind, and you can see Carl, not intentional, made the most. You see Kevin O'Neill gets the slow start, and that means Robbie Williams comes to the inside, making the move to get past him there. You can see Yusuf going to the inside. He's on the white line, definitely hiding up the inside there. See, not much room. If you go by the white line, he hasn't been given a car width. A little bit of a tap there with Baxter and over the nose of Baxter, and we'll see Yusuf slide out to the left. And then coming in, it is all very much, see Rob on the grass a little bit, and you can see, I think, Pickering's been caught out by the speed of Baxter and gone a little bit too quick. Big tap out to Pico into Wilco. Wilco goes off. Pete Kelly hits him. Pete had a liner of a start to get past the guys on the fifth row so quickly. And then it was a scramble for all. And, of course, it wouldn't be an incident without Blue 37 showing up on the scene. So definitely, there he is, right there, yep. So definitely in there. But the packet,
We're saying it's a conspiracy, are we? Or are we just saying that it's a coinky-dink?
I think it's a coinky-dink conspiracy.
No, so all of the above.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's something here. And definitely something going on there. As these boys under safety car, I think we've got one more lap. And we will continue on. We might just go one more quick replay. Might have a quick look at what happened to Yusuf. Go back into the Chook Raffle rewind. Did explain it a little bit from the onboard. Yeah, very dark. It is overcast. We are expecting rain for the end of the race. So Yusuf got an absolute cracker. You can see Wilkinson bogged it down a little bit. Abel is gone. Yusuf comes up the inside here, and it is basically a good line. Technically, the white line is the track, so he's managed to squeeze in there. Slight little tap, and doesn't quite get it straight. And then around she goes into the fence. That was a pretty big whack. You can see body damage there. Probably done pretty well not to get taken out by the next couple of cars coming. Rolls it back. And you can see just clips back there with Kevin O'Neill and Darren Friend. So very, very lucky there. That probably could have been a lot worse for Yusuf. As we jump back in with Abel sitting behind the safety car. Coming into the end lap 2. So we'll go green at the end of this lap, I believe. After this one goes around.
Yes, this safety car actually worked out well for me because I started on wets and had to duck in the pits and switch my tyres early.
Well, yeah, if you're on wets, that might be an advantage for you to do that. Definitely very, very interesting stuff going on. And yeah, it will be an absolute interesting one. Yeah, a few guys saying it's pretty dark. Yeah, it is dark in sim, unfortunately. There's not much I could do about it, and a little bit, not foggy, but quite humid as well. So we have a little bit of a blur in that as well. Yeah, a bit of an apology for that one. I'll have a serious discussion after this broadcast with the guy who set the server. And great job here with Paul Warwick driving the safety car. To Abel, Rob Baxter. Bruce Galloway, Van Ree in 5th, up 3 spots. Freya up 6th. Sorry, up 8 spots in 6th. Darren Walden up 5 and 7. Pete Kelly is in 8th, up 2. Pete Morris up 13 spots in 9th. And Kevin O'Neill rounds out the top 10.
What are you saying? Van Ray's finally showing his true potential, is he?
Nah. Only lap 3.
Oh,
No, he's got more in it.
Only lap 3. Come on.
So what you're saying is we may see some real potential later in the race.
Yeah. Safety car pulls away. Mr. Verban is now the car with control over the field. And definitely rolling through here. What does Abel do? Will we see the same chaos we saw on the start? Mind you, for those who are going to be watching at 8:30 tomorrow night, our chaos was tiddlywinks compared to split 2. Just saying.
There was a suggestion that it was a little lively.
As Abel is away, and I don't know why I got the finish flag up. It should be safety car, and we are green flag racing. I know why. It's because I think my boxes down there I need to get rid of. So Abel Verban leads us off on our first green lap of the race. Hopefully nobody pitted. Hopefully nobody pitted for a safety car. Compulsory pit stop. Robbie Williams having a bit of a look here. Bruce Galloway tucked in behind. Up. Well, that's cleared out by 2 seconds. Absolutely got the jump on him. Baxter under pressure from Robbie Williams. Let's just say Robbie was entertaining last night. He's definitely a rock DJ. But Baxter, he's starting to clear a little bit of legs here. And so this group here all bundled up. Galloway putting the pressure on in front, tucked up behind Robbie Williams. Yeah, looks like we've got a clean lap. Very dry looking track. Couple of clouds in the sky there. Of course, the sun setting over the hills. And a good run here from Bruce. Shout out to Tommy DeWitt and Andrew Lisner, Gary Buckland in the chat. Galloway tucks right up behind Williams. Gonna go a bit further back. Carl Pickering putting the pressure on Bulldog. Nita Buckland just in front of these guys. She's doing well, holding on the 12th. Pico tucked in behind. Right up behind the blue 37 Mustang. Pico, of course, had the big spin, lost 8 spots in the start. Welcome back, Quinta. We have missed you in the chat, mate. Don't mind if I do. And just going to go back up, Walden. Putting a bit of pressure on Freya. So definitely a bit going on. So you want 33.9. Let's drive into the 33s for the night. Kelly looking to get busy here. As you can see, bit of cloud, bit of humidity, a little bit darkish. Need a better camera angle maybe as we start lap 6. Gonna look for a good friend, Mr. Sholton. What's he up to? Greg? Putting a bit of pressure on you, Maisie.
Yep.
Sure
Well,
you
maybe I hadn't gone and got tyres yet.
Let's say, sure you got those dries
I
on?
might still have the wets on at this stage.
Oh, I think Greg's just fast, mate.
Yep. Mr.
Driving
Whiteman
well.
was pulling away from me as well.
Might need to drop a notch or two. There we go. Let's haven't had that complaint for a while. And the engine car down a little bit. I'm happy to do that. Don't worry. Anita, you don't know that game. Let's just say it's the new version of Thanks Anita. Oh, it's a big, he's blowing the engine. Big puff of smoke there coming in to turn 7. That's a very precarious position to be parked. He's sitting with his backside hanging out on the curb. He has got that Mustangs North Queensland entry absolutely in a very, very precarious position. He is, can't see it there. It's looking real good. Get the chopper on it. There we go. He's definitely got that hanging over the curb. This will be a tough call for Mr. Dyke. But I have a gut feeling that we are back under safety car conditions.
It looks like someone's jumping off his wet tyres.
Might be.
Yes. Okay, now is a good time to get off those tyres.
So let's see what Abel does. Does he come in? Of course, there'll be caution going out at the moment about the car sitting with its backside hanging off the curb here. Gets around it nicely. I think if he hit the curb there, you would have taken him out. This is going to be the big call. 7 of 47. Common sense tells you it's a yellow flag. You got a bit of room in the tank. Come in, son. No, he's going to stay out. What does Robbie do? Baxter. He's in. There we go. And, of course, we're going to see a run here. Robbie Williams. Galloway stays out. Van Ree comes in. Freya stays out. Big call from the W2 Motorsports entries. Walden's in. Kelly's in. Pete Morris stays out. Craig Rose comes in. Kevin O'Neill stays out. David Baldock is in the lane. Pickering is in the lane. Anita Buckland stays out. Vermey, Black, Wright, Dougie stays out. So we've got a bit of a mixed up grid, I think, boys, as the lads pick up the great Paul Warwick driving the lovely McLaren car. That is absolutely the GT3 McLaren. Absolutely beautiful drive. And he is got the control of the field for the next lap or two.
I've got to say, I purchased a McLaren tonight and took it round Bathurst for next week, and it is a great car to drive.
It is.
You can hold it flat across the top of skylight all the way through.
Yeah.
It's an awesome thing to drive.
So let's work our way back up the top 20. We might go backwards, give everyone a bit of airtime here. So coming out, of course, is Darren Friendy. Friendy's going to put himself in 20th. Craigie Rose, Quantum is 19. 18 is Baldock. And then we have Patterson in 17, running the blue car. Tonight, Van Ree is in 16th. So fair bit of fuel taken on board there. Quite a few stayed out as well. So not panicking just yet. Robbie Williams is entertaining us from 15th spot. Pete Kelly is going to do a Ned Kelly from 14th. Rob Baxter is back in 13th. So looking at the 33-second stop that he did, I'm assuming Rob has given his car a fairly big drink at that time. As we chuck up intervals go across. I'll give you the pit time as well so everyone can have a look at that. And of course, we then roll into the next one up the list after Baxter. Darren Walden in 12th. Bill Whiteman hasn't pitted, up 19 in 11. Leon Williams hasn't pitted, up 14 in 10. Yusuf Korafides has got himself back after that first lap spin back into 9th. I think the safety car has paid off for him. Even though he pitted on lap 1 after that incident, he still will have to do 2 compulsory stops, so keep an eye on that one. Williams dives into the pits at the moment, which is an interesting call. Anthony Rivet is the next man in 9th, and then we go on to Dougie Wright, who is in 7th. He needs to stop as well. Anita Buckland, everyone needs to stop moving up here. Anita Buckland in 6th. 5th is Kevin O'Neill. 4th is Pete Morris, up 18 spots. Darren Freer is in 3rd, up 11. Bruce Galloway is up 7 in 2. And Abel Verban, the man who on championship points now at the moment would be leading the series, I think. So definitely an interesting situation with Verban staying out. So we'll have to see how that strategy plays out for him as the race goes on. So definitely a bit to play for here. And just going through the chats. Anita, you just made me sad. Nothing worse than a sad Gunter. Make or break, stop this early. Yeah, Pete Kelly, big call. Big call. It was. But you do the maths from here, you've got 18 laps. So you split that. No, you got 9 laps. Sorry, 18 laps. Yeah, you got about a reasonable split with your tyre split moving in from here. So you split the race in half in this situation here, you'll get good wear out of your tyres without overdoing it. Where the other guys have got to go 15 laps. So basically, we'll say 16 with the safety car. So basically, you got to be careful that you don't wind up doing green flag stops because they take considerably longer. That was the underhand risk of not stopping, which we'll see what happens and how it plays out. Who knows? There could be more safety cars. Who knows? The rain could be coming. It's still dark and overcast. So we'll have one more lap under the safety car. Of course, big shout out to Jamie Dyke and Paul Warwick last night, looking after us while DC was away.
So did DC supply us with a medical certificate?
Had dinner with DC, so he was all right. So for those playing along at home for next season, we have 185 entries at the moment. We still have 15 spots available. If you haven't got your entry in, please get it done. The entries will probably close next Thursday night. Yeah, so definitely looking good at the moment. Definitely going to be 4 splits again. Amazing how after last Friday's broadcast, we got 50 blokes do their entries in a hurry. So thank you to those guys. Yeah, so still working out race control for next season. We've got a few guys moving in, a few guys moving out. So if you are interested in doing some race control, let us know. Sure, the team can help you out. And we've got some new names coming back in that we haven't seen for a while. Of course, the man in the safety car, Paul Warwick, I believe, is coming back to race. Scotty Perrins, I don't know if these guys can remember him.
Yep, certainly do.
Scotty's
yeah, hopefully he has it all sorted by then.
He's pretty keen to get going. And then we have Mel Powell. This race was a long time ago. Martin Lipsky's raced with us before. So is Jonathan Keeley, or Kylie. Jamie Peters. We have a Delaney, Blake Delaney. I look forward to seeing him come back. Glenn Boyce is coming back. Ed Fox is coming back. And then we've got some new guys in there as well. Stephen Kakoshki, apparently used to be very, very fast back in the day for Synergy Sim Racing. Who else is new on that list? Darren Shooter. They tell me he's pretty sharp. Matthew Gerard from Frog Leap Juiced Racing. Shannon Morgan. I think he's done some of the racing in your league, Hazy.
Yep.
Josh Smith is another one. Martin Lipsky. I've mentioned Martin, didn't I? Craig Miller, 7-7 Racing from Mudgee, another guy from Mudgee, so look out, fish. Got Aaron Mazzaroli, one of the guys that's been racing in SRW. Young bloke Jordan, very, very fast in Scops. So you can see how Alan goes. Dominic Tennell, you probably pronounce it better than me, Hazy. Tennell.
Yeah, Tennell, my brother-in-law, so yeah, he'll be joining us next season.
And the last guy on the list is Gunther von Nordschleif. Never heard of her.
So has he got his rig back together and ready to go?
I believe so. I believe he's got himself all organised. This is the first in the championship that get moved up to split 3 or 4, split or top 3. In championship, it'll be 5. With the 5s again, that'll be the game plan. As we are racing, he's gone early. Abel is off. And where's my cheat sheet? Because I've got a feeling I need it. I do, Mr. Rivet. A few boys getting going early, going to jump back in the battle in 8th. Heading up the hill. And there we go. Gunter said he'll show you his rig anytime. And Rivet under a lot of pressure from Corofidis. Whiteman, Dougie right in the mix here. So Yusuf and Abel a little bit out of context with the pit stops and the early race incidents. Yusuf has a bit of a look here up top of the hill. Rivet tucks in. As we head down to Roch. Corofidis tucked right in behind. Very tricky corner this one to get right. And putting a lot of pressure on Dougie. Right. That didn't come out right, did it?
No.
Anyway, too wide. Coming around Boris. Oh, it's a bit hot in there. He's off into the sand. He's definitely done well to hang on to that, keep it straight. Gets himself back out, dropping like a stone. And gets himself back and going again. Robbie Williams involved. Pato in there as well. And definitely a bit happening throughout the pack. Pato trying to make some moves. Covering from that pit lane start that he got for a voice comms violation a couple of races back. So just shout out to the Split T boys. Pit lane start for a voice comm violation. And I think all he did was complain because someone was slow on an in-lap under a safety car. Robbie Baxter making some moves.
So he's suggesting there might be a busy pit lane at the start of next week for Split 2, Johnny.
Yeah, I think they're all starting from split lane.
Yep.
As Baxter pulls away from Kelly. He starts to settle down a little bit in there. And Verban, he's got the lead. He's quite comfortable. He's got a nice little second gap on Galloway. 2.5 seconds down to Darren Freer. Leighton Larrikin sitting in 3rd. Kevin O'Neill in 4th. Pete Morris in 5th. The battles, though, I think are back with the guys that have all stopped on lap 7. That mob's being led by Darren Walden and Rob Baxter.
John Andrews asking what happened to Mick Power. I don't know whether we caught that one.
Mick Power, I will show it in the next safety car. I can show you what happened to Mick. Didn't qualify very well. He was back in the 20th, so I'll just start with that. And then I think he had some equipment failure on lap 3, so... As Kelly has a look on Baxter. Someone sitting behind this going, I don't want to be part of it. And Robbie Williams goes, hang on, I'll be part of this. I'll be entertaining. I was like, lap 13, I want to settle in. I know it's going to be a long stint on tyres. Make the most of it. So we'll see how that plays out a little bit. Did he lose power? I think he might have lost something. As you can see, Peter Kelly, give him half a second, he'll steal that spot of Baxter. Gonna go a bit further back. Baldock and Rivet. Baldock looking to make some moves here as well. And we're just going to go back to our good mate Baxter. He's pulled away a little bit from Kelly. I think Kelly ran a little bit wide there, I think. That gap opened up just a little bit. And Rob ground control to Major Tom.
Ooh.
There's a rocket in the air. I think there may be some post-race points penalty or a drive-through coming there. I'll just have to double check the cheat sheet when it, not cheat sheet, double check the sheet when it comes out.
Yeah, they might not have seen that one as a race incident.
Nah. Right, that was lap 14. I might just go a little bit further back here. Back into this little battle here. Oi,
Oh.
that was Dougie Wright, just having a little tap in the wall there. So Pato getting a bit racy. I got told to show this, so I better make sure I do.
Yeah, Pato had plenty of pace in practice, and then qualifying just didn't go his way.
Yeah.
Although he had a pit lane start
Anyway, yeah. That's just a cheeky little dive by Pato. Open the wheel up, let him in you come, son. Looks like could have bought me a drink first.
Yeah, I don't know if that was as much as letting him or he just took it, John.
Could have asked. I didn't even know he was coming. And then, oh no!
Oh no.
No, I apologise, Shane, because there may have been too much talking going on in Discord, so that's probably on me. Just saying.
If he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck.
I know, he's had a shocker. And there's Mr. Baldock. Plenty of packs everywhere. Baldock catching up to somebody now. Just starting to get a real worry. Starting to see that blue 37 in my relative. Randy in the midst of the action here as well.
Yeah, being at the back of this packet felt a bit like a cork in the bottle.
Mm.
Every time you got to the tight corners, you had to brake a lot harder than you were expecting to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Few people diving in the lane. Dougie in, Anita in.
Yeah. Few people diving in.
Yeah, this would have been pit stop, normal pit stop time without safety car.
Yep.
Trying to sort something out. I'll probably dismiss something there. Trying to deal with 3 things at once. Mr. Black, where are you, Simon? It's back with you, of course. So absolutely driving very, very well. And there's those playing along at home. I've just received the Sachin ring setup. A very big pack of drivers here. Roman Black hunting them down. Ooh, let's look up the inside of Pico. Pico runs wide. He's off track. Comes up. How's it going? Hazy. Oh, no. Hazy. You were just blacked.
Yep.
And Baldy on the inside there as well. Same thing again. There's an accident. Baldy's there. Telling you,
Always happens like that, unfortunately.
It's conspiracy. It has to be. You can see Simon now hunting up to the next pack, tucked in behind Rose and Bulldog.
Steve, you're saying you need to get Baldy's telemetry for the season and see what's going on, mate?
I think we do.
I reckon. Yeah, I reckon.
I reckon.
Full audit.
I think we need to get the model around his car or something. There's an accident. Baldy's there. He's not in it, but he's there. Here we go. Big look up the inside. Little tap. Just trying to straighten him up. Baldy lets him go still. Probably lost 2 spots. I think Baldy tried to do the right thing.
Yeah, it's tricky once you're in the side of someone's door to get out of it.
15 points post-racer there. A little bit, I think redressed probably helped a fair bit. I think the fact that he swears that he was trying to straighten him up goes a long way as well. As we come to the end of lap 18, this race is going real quick. We're starting to see the guys come in though. O'Neill, Freya, Morris, the first ones are rolling in. Abel's been in as well. I think, where is he? I've lost him. Abel has come back out in 25th after he stopped. So, yeah, green flag stop, like I said, was going to hurt like a little bee. Stinging you. Not the other bee. Abel's got a lot.
Very random.
Abel's got a lot of work to do. And we'll see how he goes. He starts to get past the other guys that are pitting. So we've still got Galloway to pit. Galloway out there getting the bonus point for leading a lap. And a big shout out to Jeff Eddy up in the morning. We're starting to cool down over there in Akron, New York. Great to see he's still around. Looks like Galloway. Is he out of fuel? It's a very slow pit entry.
It's
a very slow pit entry. Roll it down the hill, son. Lucky it's downhill. Yep, the light's flashing. He's out of fuel. So he probably would not get across to get the bonus point. That'll be taken by Mr. Yusuf Korofidis. Yusuf was facing backwards right there on lap 1, and here he is now in P1. So this race, absolutely, okay, he rolled it in, he made it, almost end of the race. Rolls it in. Anyway, Yusuf Korofidis is leading from Darren Walden. Pete Kelly is in third. Robbie Williams is entertaining in fourth. Some Muppets in fifth. Pete Wilkinson is tick-tocking in sixth. Darren Friend is being friendly in seventh. Rosie is smelling nice in eight. Pico is picking 9. And Hazy is hiding in 10. So this race now is being turned on its head. Absolutely. Getting a very interesting. I mean,
It's a bit of rain.
Yeah. Oh, well, don't forget, gets up to a 70% forecast at the end of the race.
Yep, always something around the corner to switch it up.
Mind you, it is looking a little bit more sunnier in a weird shape form there. Just saying. As lap 19 ticks over. It looks like under a bit of control here, Hazy. You got black behind you again. You're a little bit nervous?
Not really, because there's not a cork in the bottle, so our pace was similar without the traffic holding us up. It was still early in the race.
And the engine goes
And
poof.
there goes an engine.
There went the puffer valve. That is one of the most weirdest spots I've seen someone blow an engine on this track. But there you
I might
are.
have been carrying damage from a few laps earlier where we had a bit of a coming together.
With black, yeah, could be. But yeah, nicely out of the way though. I think race control probably made a reasonable call considering how far that car was from everybody. Tough
I did
call.
my best to get it as far away as possible.
Anyway,
Well, actually, I was a passenger.
you're a passenger. We'll carry on. Back racing. Williams gets the move. Sorry, Wilco gets the move done. Of course, Wilco
That
put
looked like
it
a
on
bit
that
of an
form.
easy move there, John.
Yeah. How many times did I tell you? Know who you're racing. Wilco was telling
I
on
reckon that's
on
the
his
second
podcast that he was. Wilco was saying on his podcast that he's got to win one. So I was like, that's Wilco.
I reckon John's got a spotter, and anytime he's too far up the list, they go, "Come on, John, if you want to stay in split 4, you need to drop a couple of spots."
You can ask. My spotter's actually in the chat tonight, so you can actually ask him what he was telling me.
At times you got heaps of pace, and then next minute you let a couple through.
We're not even half race distance yet, guys. This is my point. Like, don't get too
All I
excited.
was wide from Pico.
Don't get too excited. That's my point.
Pico's recovered quite well from
He
his
has.
earlier indiscretions.
Definitely making a good little recovery there. What handbrake, Tommy? I don't have one in the car. This isn't Richard Burns' rally. And if it was, Simon Black would be way out in front. Pico, let's see what he's going to do. We'll come back to this one. Friendly just in front of him. Just going to go back. Kevin O'Neill. He's one of the late first stoppers. He's tucked up behind Abel. So he's hanging on here. Not doing too bad. But did take a good 13 seconds less fuel. Now Abel actually gave it a big drink. Looking at that, sitting on 39 seconds. I'd say he filled it right up when he went in for his stop as well.
Yep, Abel already picked up 6 spots.
Yeah, Yusuf is coming in for his first stop. He's in the lane. So now we're going to see Darren Walden take the lead. That's panned out relatively well for him. Someone else has moved back into 5th, just saying. And going going down the order. Baldock, Timmy Vermate. Nice little tight battle here. Darren looking to try and get into the action as well.
Bulldog's got himself in a Vermeer sandwich.
And comes over and down the hill. Here we go. Let's see what can happen. Dave tucked right up behind here.
He's looking.
Having a good hard look.
Yep.
He's going to go side by side here. This is a ballsy move.
Going a long way around.
Oh, a bit of over and under. Go Baldy. Go Baldy. You get the move done here. Got a bad little recovery drive from that one where he dropped a few spots. Of course, his spotter was whispering sweet, subtle things into his ear at this stage, which can't be repeated in this time slot. Rob Baxter's gone in for his stop, second stop. Early call, which I thought is interesting.
Can't go and just spill the beans. We want to know what you were saying to Baldy.
And I think I missed a little Pico indiscretion, I think. That's all right. The race now starting to tick away.
So Gunther, are we saying that the drugs speed him up or slow him down?
You're asking some very tough questions. I mean, down there, Pico doing relatively well. Going to go back to Pete Wilkinson. I'm sure his TikTok followers will be very excited seeing that green car closing up behind again. I think he was asleep at this stage, actually, to be honest.
Backed up behind, saving some fuel.
Pretty much. Hey, I'm sitting in fifth.
Looking
I'm
after
happy.
your tyres.
Pretty much. Of course, this is a long stint, so let's look after the girl.
I'm guessing your spotter was going, where was this pace at the start of the season? Imagine where we could be and how far in front of Bulldog we'd be at this point in the season.
Oh, dear me. It was just a night where it clicked. Going to go on to my good friend Leon Williams and Kevin O'Neill. Nice little battle back here. Kevin not racing next season. Joining the dark side. Going to go help in race control. Hats off to Kevin for that
Definitely a good thing to do.
one. Learn
Having a
heaps.
season off and sitting in race control, it definitely helps to know what's going on. You might ask questions on why you get a penalty, but when they tell you, nah, you got a penalty, you just go, yeah, cool. It's been looked at, we're good to go.
Bruce Galloway and Rivet, they're having a good little battle as well. I'm just going to go up the front, find our good friend Mr. Baxter. Where's he come out? He's back down just behind these boys. Good little three-way battle here. Rob, of course, on the slightly fresher tyres. And looks to make a move. 60's his nose up the inside, shows it, tucks back in behind. So, of course, for those who haven't heard the news, round 1, season 26 will be at Adelaide Street Circuit
Nice.
on the 18th of December. Oh, Baxter goes to dive. Does he pull this off? Yes, he does. He's gotten both of them.
Done.
Nicely done, Mr. Robert Baxter. I think he'd be pretty chuffed with that one. Just going to go forward a little bit. Losing position where everyone is.
So does that mean we're expecting Baldy to podium first round of next season, being a hometown advantage?
No excuses. No more excuses with that one.
Yeah.
Nothing ever good comes from Adelaide. That was Gunter.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
We might make that a topic of discussion for my trip in 2 weeks' time to dinner with the lads from South Australia at the lakes. We'll make that one. I'll start with that. Nothing ever good comes out of Adelaide.
Maybe you should take Gunther with you and he can repeat the question.
Wouldn't you say that the flight home out of Adelaide would be good? Just going to go back up here, up the front. Walden and Kelly absolutely at it toe to toe. How far from a bank is that? Asking for a friend. I believe there's a bank pretty close. That's Dragey makes bank. And these boys are having an absolute ripper of a fight here. As we are now past the halfway mark. $20 laps to go. Darren Walden in the lead. Of course, Darren Freya's off to watch the grand final in Adelaide. So it's been a long time since Adelaide won a grand final. Or Port Adelaide for that matter, but Baldock's not watching, so that joke isn't funny. Darren has a good lead of about half a second to go back to Simon Black, side by side with Craig Rose. These two having a good little tussle.
Oh, real wide.
Oh, a little bit of a tapski. Stay with this one for a minute. Let's see what Rosie can do here. Do they even have TV in Adelaide? I think they got TV just so that they could watch Port Adelaide play the away games. Don't quote me on that. Allegedly, apparently they do. And stay this battle for a minute. I think Gunter's asking too many questions. Oh, Yoda's in the chat. Big shout out to Simon. He's working very hard there over for the Australian Sim Racing Group. Congratulations again, Simon, on your induction to the Hall of Fame. Very, very well deserved. We just happen to be in your car as well, so that's kind of good timing. As Friendy is in the lane. Going to go back to Pato. Pato and McLean having a bit of a battle. Not sure what happened there. I did have something marked, but never happened. That's a waste of money then. What's a waste of money then? I don't understand. I've lost what he's saying there.
I think he's talking about TVs. I think he's saying that it's not worth watching Port Adelaide on the TV.
Fair enough. What's up? Slap 29 to 47, Simon. That's what's up. Darren Walden is leading from Peter Kelly. Robbie Williams is being very entertaining in P3. And the TikTok legend Peter Wilkinson in 4. Yusuf Korofid is just waving the flag in 5th. Some Muppets in 6th, and you're in 7th. Behind some Muppet. So that's what's up. And Wilco is being under some pressure from Yusuf now as well. And the setup is out. I did say that. And
You guys going quite wide heading into the last corner there? Be picking up a few X's?
I think I had about 3 or 4 for the race, and the last 3 of them, like I got one in that first turn 1 lap one, and then I think the others were a couple of deliberately ran wide.
Yeah, that one from Wilco had to have been an X.
Possibly slowdown. I think I got a slowdown out there as well on one of them. As Yusuf gets through on Wilco. Patterson in the lane for his last stop. Walden and Kelly, that gap is closing.
Walden a little higher than he's been the last couple of races. Driving really well.
Oh, Tom's deleted something. I hope he's not upset calling myself a Muppet. Of course, Simon. Big weekend for Simon. Of course, having to do race control for the GT3 final round this evening for the GT3 Pro. Pato had a drive-through. Already had drive-through for 17 incident points, if you're talking about him. Then backs it up tomorrow night with qualifying for the V8 Pro Bathurst. 6:30 qualifying, 8:30 top 15 shootout, and Hamish Munro's Porsche Series running in between the 2 events, of course. A very entertaining night over on SimSpeed. And then, of course, on Sunday, we have the big one, the Pro Series Bathurst. Big names racing, Kostecki, Shane Van Gisbergen, Richie Stenaway. We have quite a few big names in that race, as well as the sim racing world's big names in Madison Down and Jared Filsell, Andrew Gilliam. So plenty of guys in there, and absolutely will be an epic race. But not to mention plenty of Vets boys in there as well. So make sure you get over and cheer them on. Of course, Synergy Sim Racing's current champion in Split 1, Jordan Ross, racing in the 143 entry with Blake Warboys from WKMP. I think we've got a few others in there like Scotty Gamble, Scotty McKay, Dan Hall, I think has a ticket as well to drive. So absolutely looking forward to seeing. I've probably missed a few names, how they go. And of course, hats off as well to the stewards for that one, which is our split one stewards. So this is how blessed we are. We all get a little bit upset and get in the feedback and carry on a little bit about our stewards and race control. But, you know, the guys heading split one are the guys that head the Pro Series. So we definitely have some very, very good guys in our list of drivers. And of course, Jake Burton's racing as well. You know, split one of our DSOs that we've got in the league. So definitely a lot to see and happen in there as we hit lap 32 with Wild and these boys.
Battle for first.
Yeah. Baldock, there you go. Gunter, if you're still awake, if you haven't passed out yet, he's going to let Abel through. Or is he? This will be interesting. I think that's a smart play by Dave. Knows who he's racing with. It's not Abel.
Abel charging hard through the pack.
Still a long way back, though. We've got a long way to go, though. Still got to do another stop. Of course, Yusuf still got to do another stop. Simon Black's done 2 stops already, though.
Yep. At any point, the rain could still turn up.
That is exactly right. It is not all done and dusted. And, of course, definitely plenty to play for. And plenty to happen still as well. So we'll see what happens. So Mr. Kelly.
He's just doing his second stop.
Yeah. You've Walden in for his stop as well. Pete Kelly is now our race leader. So plenty happening on the field there. And I've hit a wrong button again twice. Don't know how I did that, but anyway, problem solved. Surprised you don't have our lights on. Yeah, not quite. Wait till the rain comes and we'll see if they go on.
At this point, I was a lap down. I was praying for anything. Rain, safety car.
Take it all.
Yep. An act of God.
Where's Baldock?
Yeah, I was going to say, where's Baldock?
Right, Yusuf gets himself past Darren Freer, so he's starting to move forward again after his second stop. So of course, the smart money on the second stop would have been around lap 30. I think with everyone pitting on lap 7, they've pushed it a little bit further. That's the sun coming out, guys. I thought it was supposed to rain. We're getting a lovely
It's amazing that
twilight here.
It's amazing you can have a mirrored weather set up for every split, and you can have a wide range of different things happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, split one was bucketing down, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I think a couple of the other splits had rain as well. Here we are, basking in the twilight sunshine.
Which split are you in, John? Why have we got the best weather?
No comment. I don't know how that happened.
I wouldn't say that.
Look at Robbie Williams in P2. Talk about entertaining us.
Theories.
Well, I did say I had
I don't mind
conversations.
making up these things.
I had conversations with plenty of people, and I said what I really wanted to see was a split. No, 3 splits where the one where it was all wet, one where it was all dry, and the other 2 where the rain came at some stage towards the end of the race. Because what I didn't want to do was set a server using the fixed weather where everybody could look at it and go, well, it's going to rain at this time. So you would just have a strategy that would be locked on to that time. So setting it this way where hopefully the rain would come later in the race was really the only way where I could make it interesting, as Kelly's in the lane, make it interesting as Williams. Wilco goes for the free point. Yeah, so it was the only way I could make it interesting, where you would get that randomish rain at the end of the race where nobody knew exactly when it was going to happen. So, which I think it worked well. The amount of people that were fearing rain all week. And, you know, I deliberately organised spotters for our split, knowing that, you know, you want some information of what the weather is doing. And at the first pit stop with an hour and a half to go, you can see there was no rain coming, and it was like, it ain't going to rain. So your mindset straight away went to dry race. Where I think a few others were still, you know, oh, is it going to rain still?
Yeah, that's been great for us as well, having Phil in there spotting for us and giving us some insight.
Yeah, playing with Ed jumping in with us.
Ooh, big move here by Darren Walden. Having a bit of a look on Abel. Shark even agreeing that was good. So lap 35.47.
Walden can get past.
Well, be. Yeah, I think Abel's going to get the legs in.
Meanwhile, Van Ray's in a podium position.
Oh, look. There's Pato behind me. Going in pits too. Fallon Black in. That was the call from the spotter. Just follow.
Yep, head in the pits, John.
Just follow Black. And of course, I went 60 litres on the first stop. I probably, in hindsight, being under a yellow flag, I probably should have filled it right up. Anyway. So, Wilco has the race lead still, doing very well. He needs to stop. Abel Verban makes another stop. So our race, the man sitting second in the championship on track at the moment would be sitting first, I think. The championship absolutely hotting up for the last round. And now is the battle home.
Are we going to see Steve back for the final round?
I'm not 100% certain, to be honest. I think it was touch and go when he told me when he was away. So, he's definitely driven very well. He's shown what he can do.
Yep.
Makes the old pub test that little bit harder.
Yeah, well, if he drops down just by not doing enough rounds,
may
need to be a conversation about a promotion anyway.
Oh, it's going to be a hell of a pub test. Particularly when you look at some of those new names coming in. A few guys there that we know are capable of doing good things. There we go. Ned went 60 litres in his first stop. On the safety car, went about 63, 64, or somewhere around there. Hindsight, I probably should have gone about 70 or 80. So the race starting to settle down a little bit. Still waiting for a few guys to make their second stops. Cleanse the field. At this stage, I knew Morris needed to make another stop. I knew Hall needed to make another stop. And, of course, we also have Abel Verban and Peter Wilkinson to make another stop. So that's going to get interesting. Where will they come out in the mix? Wilco, I think, should come out somewhere in front of P2 if he's lucky. And Verban, I think, will be looking at about P8. They will definitely make this run home extremely interesting.
Yeah, you'd definitely be rethinking that safety car on lap, whatever it was, 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah. there's always that sinking feeling, and it's usually about 10 laps afterwards. It's like, I think I made the wrong decision.
Yep.
I'm surprised how long Wilco's gone. Wilco's gone from 4 all the way through to here, so he's done quite well. Added 60 litres, yeah. That's the way I read it, Pete. And it's going to go back to Yusuf. Yusuf and Pete in a good little battle. These boys have got their stops completed. See the sun just behind the hill there. So it's starting to set. Oh, Simon Black.
Ooh.
Simon Black off into the weeds. Wow.
Yeah, that one looks self-inflicted.
That was a bit of a surprise. That was out of nowhere. Getting himself composed. Tucked in behind Robbie Williams, and seeing Wilkinson, Verbain and Walden into the lane. So what does Kelly do? Kelly will take the lead. Corafides will go with him. We now have a rightful leader of the race, Wilkinson in third. He's got himself back out. He didn't lose too much. I said he'd come out about second, ended up being third, Robbie Williams. That is very entertaining in fourth. Fifth spot, Simon Black. A little bit of a whoopsie. Last lap in turn 6. He is still alive. Pete Morris needs to make another stop. He's in 6th. Van Ree in 7th. Rose in 8th. Verban is 9th. Walden is 10th. Kelly and Corafides, so they are in a tussle and a half at the moment. Big stutter. There we go. That's what happened to Simon. Gonna come back. I think it might be next lap. Yeah, it is. Gonna jump back up. Darren Freer. Where is it? There. Sorry. Just trying to keep up. Robbie Williams under pressure again from Black. This is a battle for 4th. Simon absolutely ringing it there. Tyres are squealing. It's right in, tucked up behind. Darren Freer. Jimmy Hall. There you go, back a little bit more. Ash Hall coming down through the turn. Ash, of course, driving for Quantum Racing. Teammate with Craigie Rose.
Is Ash nominated for the next season?
Yes, I believe he has.
Okay.
he a bit loose? Not too sure. I think he's going to head to the pits here. Oh, no.
Wow.
That is massive. Simon Black sneaks through. Oh, no. Him and Williams. I'm not sure what's going on there. I know we've got Ash Hall still sitting back there. 2 cars side by side. Going to be very interesting to see what goes on there. We may have a safety car here, I think. I think
Jordan
that's the
has
call.
worse luck.
I think that's the call. Greg's had very bad luck there. So you just sit on here under safety car at the moment. Where's Simon Black going? Oh, no. That car has had a major impact into the wall. That has to be some steering failure of some sort. That is the third car we got on the side of the road.
I think his whole system cut out. I think his wheelbase or something dropped from what he said over the mic at the time.
That is pretty epic. Under safety car conditions.
Yeah. At this point, I was having my own issues. This is about the time my stream deck.
Yep. Would have been very hairy with your UI and comments dropping out, Hazy.
Yep.
Just going to have a quick...
Mr. Wilkinson joins us.
Yeah, just going to make the most of this safety car, guys. I'm just going to go quickly go. I just realised I haven't got Discord in my replays. Just going to go a quick look at that other one with Simon Black. I did quickly just show the other one. And Simon just gets on the curb there a little bit unsettled, of course, trying to avoid the traffic. Gets on the curb there a little bit. And you can see all of a sudden there's a car in front. They nicely just squeezed by. There's actually 2 cars there. I know when I went past, I thought there was one. You can see just clips inside of Robbie. I think Robbie just came in a little bit as well. Probably didn't expect Simon to be there. And around they both go. And then I was asked to show the replay of Michael Power lap 1. We'll come back and show that one as well. As Jeff Eddy's joined us as well. How are you, Jeff? We'll come back to that in a second. Michael Power, I think Bruce McLean got a lot of wheel spin, snapped back on him, and unfortunately Michael was the victim of that one. As we jump back in with the boys in Discord. How are we, Jeff Eddy, Pete Wilkinson, how are we, guys?
Awesome. Yourself?
Not too
Good, John.
bad.
How are you?
Good, mate. Good. You're up and awake. What's that?
We're awake.
Where's the range? Where's the range?
Just
Come
on. Tiny little snowflakes outside today. My wife just left for work, so can't wait. Can't wait for the big stuff.
It's not too far away.
No, we had some a couple weeks ago, 4 or 5 inches.
Uh,
But you know, maybe Christmas will bring us 3 or 4 feet, so we can stay home for a few days.
Yeah, it sounds too cold.
So how have you guys been? I haven't seen you in a while.
I mean, a very, very busy season. We've got 1 round to go next week.
I'll be there.
You'll be there. I'll make sure we get you set up for that. Yeah, no, good to have you in. Yeah, it's been a very interesting season. We've had Sean Williams leading it for most of it, and he's been away for the last couple of rounds. So it's sort of seeing now starting to drop down the order a little bit. So the battle in second place was with Abel, and Abel caught out with safety cars tonight, but he's got himself back to 7th, which I think is a pretty good recovery considering where he was. Yeah, it's been a very tough season. Bulldog's whipped my butt. He's not on this night. He's not watching, so I'll get away with that comment. Yeah, for some reason I found pace tonight, but I don't know why. Might have been because I had Gunter spotting for me.
Oh, that'll help. That's good.
Yeah, so the rookies have had this season. Yusuf Korafides, he's driven really well. Abel Verban's driven really well. and Pete Kelly's a rookie as well. So the rookies this season have been very quick. And we're seeing some good pace. Carl Pickering, he's been at and around the top 10 all season. Bulldog's been knocking on the door of the top 10 most of the season as well. So seeing those guys a bit quicker as well. So it's been an interesting season.
How are those AJR cars doing?
Yeah, they're doing all right. We haven't got too many in this split anymore. We've only got Dave running around in here. Dave not racing tonight, but he's starting to improve a fair bit as well. Yeah, so seeing a fair bit of improvement from everybody, to be honest. It's actually been a very good standard of racing and been very hard racing as well.
So I'm looking forward to a last place finish next week. That'll be great.
I think I've seen some of the times you've done in practice, so you're still there and about.
Just need a bit more work. I'll be okay.
Of course. Safety car lap 43 will be in next lap. So just waiting for wave rounds and stuff to sort themselves out. And then we are going to be in for one big dash to the finish. Just tweak some of my notes.
It'll be interesting
How
last
nervous
couple
are
of
you
laps.
this stage, John?
What was that one? Sorry, Pete.
How nervous are you at this point?
Me?
Yeah.
At this point, I knew I had the legs on Rosie. I thought I could attack Robbie. Was hoping you would fight with Yusuf and Pete. Just to, might get some spoils out of something off the track with that. And then Abel was the one in my back of my mind was, how quick can Abel get past Craig? That was or past Rosie. That was the real thought process. But yeah, I wasn't too, that was the thought process, but I wasn't really too nervous about it. Like, I'd been driving around with Rosie for most of the night and with Robbie for most of the night, so I knew.
I was more concerned about the 5-car gap between you and Bulldog.
No, I wasn't worried about that. He's got Baxter between me and him.
Yeah, he's close enough for
Wrecking
the.
Ball Baxter.
What was that?
Wrecking Ball
What?
Baxter. I've heard of him.
Except missile. What were you going to say, Michael?
Well, I was going to say Bulldog's definitely close enough for there to be an accident happening somewhere.
Yeah, that was my other concern.
Yeah.
He's definitely not in here, is he?
He's definitely he's not in tonight. He's we'll get to it on lap 47, but he's a broken man at the moment.
Oh,
He was a naughty boy, apparently. I looked at the records. I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, I showed that.
Penalties came out.
I showed that one. We showed that one. That one was okay.
who's the safety car driver? He's doing an awesome job out there.
That is Paul Warwick. He came in the last couple of weeks to do it. So Paul, ex-Split 1 driver for Fishy Motorsport. He'll be back in the car next season. He's had about 3 or 4 seasons out. So looking forward to Paul driving again.
I put the fuel talk before too, John. My input was I put 80 litres in when I stopped on lap 5 or 6 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'd worked that out when I did
should have actually got 90, to be honest.
Yeah. Should just use the old aviation adage. You just don't leave fuel in the Bowser.
No. I think that was my biggest mistake, was just not, because I got lucky with that second safety car. And thank you, Abe, not taking the stop there. Helped out a lot.
Yeah, that was a surprise. That one I was a little bit, Anyway.
Yeah.
Live and learn. Live and learn. That's what it's all about in Split 4.
Pete Kelly reckons he's quite nervous at this point. He's been in this position before earlier in the season.
You could have made a mistake, Peter. That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, I'll tell you what I saw from where I was sitting, we're in for some pretty exciting time coming up here. Of course, 3 laps to go, 3-lap dash. What can happen? What is going to happen?
I can be the wrong gear for the start. That's what I can do.
A very critical start here. And I tell you what, it's very different in a safety car restart when you actually see P1.
It does make a big difference. That first one got me napping because it was so far back.
It's like, he's away. We are green flag. Nice start from Pete Kelly.
Yeah, next time starting second gear. I started in third. Didn't have the power I needed.
Kelly is gone here. Yusuf is tucked up behind. Wilkinson's under a bit of pressure from Williams and Van Ree. Van Ree's got a 0.8 jump on Rose. So a little bit of a gap there. Rose under all sorts of pressure from Abel, which I was hoping would slow Rose down. Them being worried behind. Pickering making a move on Baldock. And let's see what happens here.
Oh, no.
Baldock's going to hang on to that one. Nice move. Nice work. A few other moves a bit further back. Bit of a concertina effect. Go back up to the front. Yusuf under pressure, though, from Baxter. Sorry, not Baxter, from Wilkinson.
Yeah.
And were your TikTok fans getting confused with Baldock?
Too. I was all excited.
TikTok fans getting confused with the blue car being Baldock?
Yeah. Every time they see him, look out, look out, look out.
No, Pete is
I honestly
gone.
couldn't even talk to him last night. I'm just talking amongst yourselves, everyone, and I was too focused. Holy hell, there's so much going on.
Rosie just hanging on to that gap. And Verban just tucked in behind him. Walden not too far behind. Baxter's about 2.5 seconds back, though. So there's a few gaps opening up already. Wilco's dropped just on the back, but he's dropped Williams a bit now, so you got a little bit of breathing space. Williams now under pressure from Van Ree. Just nicely focusing on that one. I knew where the strong points were.
Or the lap counter frozen on the standings?
Yeah, it has. I don't know how. We haven't hit anything.
We don't have four to go yet.
This is lap 46, yeah.
Yeah, one to go after this.
Yep. Let me see if I can try and fix that.
It's all good. I was just waiting for Yusuf to spin Kelly and I was going to dance on through. Never happened. What's going on?
It's annoying. It hasn't done that all night.
I should have. I'm terrible at it, Peter Kelly. I'm terrible at pushing people. I'm just trying to, at this stage, stay on the track and not spin. Because the spin here costs you like 40 positions. It's ridiculous.
See if that comes back. Hopefully it does. Hasn't. About to start the last lap, aren't we? Oh, there we go. We've got something at least.
Yeah, so
lap 46.
Yeah.
Just going to quickly look.
I had instant points to spare here too, so I was happy to cut a few corners.
Yeah, so did I. So did I. It was like, let's have a look here. Rob Williams has driven really well. I take my hat off to him tonight. And so is Rosie, to be honest.
Yeah. Rosie behind to keep Abel behind him is an awesome job, as I say.
Go, good little battle here. Pico goes to the inside line. Is he going to get it pulled up?
Pico did lap
no,
one as well.
pulled up.
Oh, he did the same. Oh, no.
And go back up front here. Big battle here. 3 wide. This is what I was thinking.
I gave him so much room. If I hadn't given him that room, I reckon I would have held around the outside. I was so scared of spinning him.
I saw that. I was looking at my lips thinking someone's going to fall off.
Yeah. I'm like, he's going to defend inside. I'm going outside. I'm going outside. I'm going outside. And then I just didn't have the confidence to put it down. And then I hit the sausage curve and I'm like, uh-oh. I know what happens when you put your foot down on one of these.
So Pete, under all sorts of pressure, jump in here, Pete. He's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
Yusuf not making this easy. Just got to be careful of Yusuf. He's a bit unhinged.
Did we find out if Yusuf put fuel in when he got towed? Because he put hardly any fuel in at the end. I thought.
Yeah, you would have. He would have had to have when he got towed.
Yeah. Because I'm like, Yusuf's not in this. No way.
And then to get a
23-second stop.
And then to get a second safety car so close after it, it was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go.
Oh.
Not much in this.
Oh, run wide, run wide. Get a slow down.
Oh, that's 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to hit this button now as we come across the line. Not much in that. I'm going to go back to this next battle here for 4th and 5th. It is an absolute drag race. And Rob
Williams always safe.
Williams has got me by 0.038.
Gee, Abel's made a gap up, hasn't he, in the lap?
Yeah.
He only got past Rosie a lap to go.
I was fighting with Robbie, but Abel last 2 laps was getting a second and a half a lap. I was just like, this is just crazy. Well, we might start. I'm just saying, someone else told it to finish Pico, so I don't know what Pico's done at the finish. Someone's told me to go there. Where'd you end up, Pico? We'll just sit on that one there for now. Here we go. Another great little battle coming in here. While we do that, we'll start with you, Pete. Congratulations on the win, mate. Pete Kelly, can you hear us? Here we go.
Oh,
bang.
Gotcha. Got it?
Yeah, got you now. Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, no, that was great. Really good race, actually.
Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was, after that, when I saw that first safety car, I was really second guessing myself, but I decided to jump in and get it done on lap 7. It just seemed to work. And it worked. So, yeah, I was really happy I did that.
And like you were sitting fairly comfortable before the last safety car. How did you feel when that came out?
When that last one, with a few laps to go, yeah, like I said in the comments, a few things were puckering. I've been in that spot before, but it seemed there was a lot more grip, it felt like, at this track to the other one. So once we got under green, got a good little start against Yusuf. I just thought, just keep focused, keep it clean, and we'll get there in the end. And sure enough, we did.
Yep, that's too easy. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, well, actually, through our.
What I just lost your comms there again.
I'll put it on.
Go again. Yeah, got you now. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to RSL Life Care, Campbell's Custom.
I lost him again. Look, let's give you another crack at it, Pete. Just try again.
Yeah, you got me now?
Yeah, got you now, yep.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with the headset. So, as I said, RSL Life Care, Campbell's Custom Computers. And
lost you again. I know.
You're doing this on purpose, John.
No. Where's Baldock when I need him? Look, I think there's quite a big support network behind Team VGA, which I know Pete would like to thank all of the supporters of VGA, all the guys in VGA. Like, they're a bigger organisation than just us here in iRacing and sim racing. I know they cover a lot of things, provide a lot of support for a lot of our ex-veterans, ex-service people, which we do appreciate the service that they've given to our country. And that's why I absolutely love having the VGA guys running around in vets. It's great to see them race, enjoy our comradeship of the league, and it's even better when we see them hit some really good results like Pete has tonight. Man in second was the great Yusuf Korafides, the Zeus himself of the Split 4 season. And, of course, I'll just try and pick everybody up here again. I'm probably not going to pick Yusuf up because he's probably sitting on the side of the road. There he is in pits. Sorry, Hazy. Yeah, Yusuf, it was a great drive by him, particularly considering that's where he was lap 1. He's got to be pretty bloody chuffed with that one. And I suppose you've spoken to him, Michael, so you probably can enlighten us a bit more on what his thoughts were and he's who he wants to thank.
Yeah, after that first lap incident, he was definitely very happy to make the podium again this week. And just the usual people as far as sponsors for Vets, RaceKraft and the other guys. I'd like to thank those guys and just everyone that's helped across the season to get his RaceKraft up to the level that it has been very good.
Not too easy. And we'll move on to the man, the myth, the TikTok legend himself in P3, Mr. Peter Wilkinson. Well done, Pete.
I just want to make it known, I let Bulldog by then when I came back on after turn 1. I could have spun him, but I didn't. So thank you, Bulldog, for, but he was around me when I spun. So I don't know what that's to do with, but
that's not what we got told in our Discord. We got told that was pass of the century.
Oh, pass of the century. He wouldn't let me on track, the little bugger. But I'm like, I can't spin him because I'm off track. I've got to rejoin properly. And there we go, back of the field. But it was surprising how big he was in my mirrors. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. What do you want me to thank people, or are you going to talk to me, or what?
No, well, you've got people to thank. You've got a whole freaking cast of millions in TikTok to say thank you to. And
yeah, I'll thank them later. They did really good. I'd like to thank the Vets League though. They've done honestly, the stuff with all the streaming is the number one bit of feedback I get is they want to come back every Thursday night and watch me race in this league because it is such a good, competitive and respectful league, and the action in it is amazing. So they're absolutely loving the close battling and, being able to, everyone's so close and all that kind of stuff. The Thursday nights is just, all these people are loving this series. So thank you guys for putting it on and making it such a good little league to join every Thursday night. And it's my little highlight of the week. So all really good. I even put a podcast out as you know. So
as I've heard, yeah,
I love to put it out there, and I've done 2 episodes this year, maybe 3. So
2.
Yeah, 2. There you go. I'm scraping those numbers up. Doing really good after that. So, number one most inconsistent podcast out there. So I'll do another episode after this one, and you can enjoy that one too.
I bet so. They are good for everybody. If you haven't gone and listened to the Locked On Lads podcast, Pete does a very good wrap up of what's going on in Split 4 Vets, as well as some of his other driving that he does. He also posts quite a few reels out there, which are quite entertaining and worth a watch. Van Roy cops an absolute flogging in those posts, but that's all right. No one knows who he is.
Oh, I felt so bad after Monday night. Here I am racing, and I've got John Van Ree on me, pushing me hard and overtaking me. I'm like, gee, I'm off the pace. What the hell is going on? I've got nothing. I lost so much confidence after Monday night. It was ridiculous.
I do remember going, this is Pete. I'm going to stick it up in here and see what happens.
I go off and you go past, then you go up and I go past. It was great.
But it does come back to what you're saying, though, about, having respect for who you're racing against. Like, there's a lot of guys on Monday night officials you wouldn't even think you're doing that. So, anyway,
no,
hats off to you.
It's definitely some people I stay away from. I see their name, I'm like, yeah, I'm pitting.
Yeah, time to get out of here. We do have one more job to do, boys, and Pete, hopefully you can get your mic on to help us out with this one. And, of course, that is the M1 Used Car of the Day. Of course, M1 Used Cars sponsoring the Drive of the Day this season with their sponsorship going directly to Bin the Blade for Balin, the Balin Stewart Foundation. And of course, they also sponsored the drivers coaching that Michael Stewart puts on, and that sponsorship going straight to the foundation as well. So a big thank you to M1 Used Cars for getting behind vets and getting behind the Stewart Foundation. Any thoughts,
Well,
boys?
I'm happy to jump in first if you guys are happy with that. I would say that Mr. Van Ray probably should have a mention this week, and Robbie Williams would be my other person that I'd throw out there.
I agree. Van Rees would be up there. It's a decent effort.
Okay.
I'd vote for Yusuf or Kelly, to be honest. Yusuf was an amazing driver to come back from where he was, and it wasn't that his fault that he got back there. So, and he used a bit of strategy to get back. Van Ray, you know, he's been doing it for ages. You know, he's a bit average, but so I wouldn't be unhappy with that because he did definitely go above his weight. So, yeah, but Yusuf or Kelly. Kelly up 9 spots to win the race, holding off Yusuf at the end there. It was a really good effort as well.
And he beat Bulldog as well. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Not to sound too biased, but I would say bias or Yusuf or bias myself. Coming from 10th, but Yusuf did come back pretty well. So, yeah, I'd say those.
I'd go Yusuf, so that'll make Jeff the deciding vote.
Oof.
Oh boy. Put the pressure on me. Yusuf and John Van Ree, I think his name is, were my 2 thoughts on that. So
Yeah, look.
I will say also, I got the fastest lap of the race too. Is that a sweetener?
That guy.
Are you making this hard? Because the guy I'm going to click on sitting in the pits.
That's a perfect photo. That's it right there. Thumbs up the night.
Thumbs up the night, megally. Trying to find the best camera. Not that one. Not 2 very good pit cameras, to be honest.
Where did John start?
We've got a Yusuf and a John Van Ray.
I started 8th. Well. I started 8th. So, look, I'm happy to give it to Yusuf. I'm happy to give it to Yusuf.
He had around him at one stage, so he survived that. That's
so did Yusuf. He had Bordock around him. Yeah, we'll give it to Yusuf. Hopefully I can spell this right. I'll blame him.
Here we go. This will test him.
I think that's right. There we go. We'll run with that one.
You're pretty close too.
So congratulations, Yusuf. Come down to the chairman's vote. You've got it. We'll definitely go that way. I think if I'd made up a few more spots than what I did, I think I'd be a bit more only made up for.
I think you needed to dive on Williams at the end there and get him.
Yeah, it's going to come down to that 0.38 of a second.
Just to rub it in a bit more.
Righto. We get off that car because that car's depressing, even though he's driver of the day. We might go sit on someone we haven't talked about. Might sit on Anita. Go there. Okay, so next week we have round 10 from this lovely little track called Sachsenring in the old East Germany. Of course, East Germany, home of the great Gunther von Nordschleife. Where his mother, Anabolic, raised him. We are having a 150k sprint race. So decisions haven't been made yet whether it's going to be 1 or 2 compulsory pit stops. So it's going to be very, very interesting place to race. 150k, it's a sprint. Going to be very, very interesting to see how it goes. Non-drop round, going to make it even more interesting to roll out for everybody. So I'm going to see how that one goes. It'll be very, very interesting. Next season is shaping up already to be extremely exciting. As I was saying earlier, we've got 185 already entered, so there's still 15 spots sitting on the tree for next season. Christmas is coming, so make sure you don't miss out. It is a bizarre season when we do the Christmas one because we race on the 18th of December. So we have 2 weeks off, race a week, have 2 weeks off, and then come back. Little birdies
Have
telling.
they decided where the enduro round is yet?
I'm about to tell you exactly what's going on. I know where the enduro round
sweet.
is.
How good's that?
I heard it was Adelaide.
No, it's not
I won't
Adelaide.
tell anyone, John.
It's not Adelaide. It's there for public to see. The enduro, of course, will be Sebring. Sebring
Yes, right. I
International.
think you said that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't listening though.
Yeah, so there will be some changes. I can let everybody know that round 1 will not be at Phillip Island on the 18th. Round one
Good.
Round 1 will be in Adelaide on the street circuit.
Oh, is that a new track?
That is a new track. You announced it in one of your streams. It was a big announcement.
I just
I'm gonna
didn't
miss
know they
that.
had technology down there to do stuff like that. That's weird. Okay,
Well,
cool.
apparently Baldock went out with his crayons and drew it for him. Round 2.
Rode it on his horse as well.
Round 2. So it looks like it's going to be a sunny Christmas in Adelaide. You're going to get 2-week holiday in Adelaide in South Australia, and then we rock up to the Bend.
Oh, double header.
Double header.
2
Exactly.
tracks I've got to buy.
Yeah, it gets better. And then we go into
What
Jeff's
layout's that at the Bend?
International.
Nice.
Stay on the International. I think the GT is too much and the West is too short.
Yeah.
Then speaking of short tracks, we're going to Jeff's backyard. We're going to Watkins Glen for round 3.
Yay.
Oh, was he? No, come on. I was thinking Winton for a second there. We've been to Watkins this season.
We're doing the Cup though. They're doing the Cup layout. Doing sprint race in the Cup
That's
layout.
not going to end in disaster at all.
Look! Everybody,
No.
everybody loved the Mexico NASCAR style of racing. So
Just put us on
Watkins Glen.
Daytona Oval. Just do that.
I'm not
Just
that
give
guy.
us a crack 1 week.
And then just to make it a bit technical for of course, a bit technical for Mr. Wilkinson, we're going to go to Catalunya on the GP layout for 200 Ks. Then we're going to get crazy and go to Mosport in Canada. And then there may be some subtle changes coming towards the back end of the calendar. So let me just click into another chat.
Ooh.
We may then find ourselves at the Silverstone Legacy Circuit where we will be bouncing around. As I said, there are some changes in the system coming up. And then after Silverstone, we will go to Sebring for the Enduro. Then we'll back that up at Suzuka. And then we will then, after Suzuka, I think we originally had a Hungaroring in. But somebody likes going to Miami instead and running the Grand Prix layout at Miami. Yeah, we go do the Grand Prix layout at Miami. So I don't know about you guys, but Hungaroring GP layout, which most of us would have to buy Hungaroring anyway, or Miami GP layout. I know which one I'd take.
So do I.
Week 11, we go to Montreal to the Gilles Villeneuve circuit where we finish our season off. So that is the season that we've got coming. Looks like there's got to be a little bit of tweaking. We've got to work out how many laps and what distance we want to do at Adelaide and the changes we're going to make in our last week for Hungaroring. So there's a few little changes happening on the calendar.
Disappointed I'm going to miss Adelaide, actually. I'll be I'm going to miss Adelaide. So I think it'd be a good fun to try a new track. I'll be in Jeff Eddy's retirement home down there in Florida when that for the first round.
So you were checking out Miami. That's a bit of first eye.
Oh no, Orlando.
Orlando.
I'll be down at Disney. I'll be down at Orlando with the family. But Can we push it later in the season?
No, buy a rig while you're over there. Just set it up. You'll be all right.
Set it up in the Disney hotel. Yeah, that'll be right.
Yeah, sure.
So some big season ahead of us. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, we've got round 1 on the 18th of December, and then round 2 is on the 8th of January. Season 26, pretty damn epic, I think, for a league to get that far. It's quite surprising. Still 4 splits again. Still very popular. I think round 1's going to be quite exciting.
You said no promotions this year? all split four staying in split four. You said that, right? I
No,
heard you say that.
no, we're still doing the ranking system. Still doing the ranking system. Top 5 go up. And then so after that, top 5 subject to pub
Maybe.
top 5 subject to pub test.
So how are we shaping up for next week, John?
How are we shaping up for next
Point wise.
points
Yeah, it
wise?
looks different.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
yes.
Championship points.
Yes, thank you. We forgot it last week, didn't we? No, I forgot it when I did the split. I forgot it when I did the split one broadcast. I got roped into that. I was absolutely cooked on two nights. Let's have a look at the championship points as we jump to round 9. Hit the magic button, and we can see that Abel Verban is now leading the championship from Yusuf Korofidis. Mr. Wilkinson's got a foot on the podium, and he's only 3 points behind second. Pete Kelly.
Takeover of the Peters. The Peters taken 3 of the top 5 spots. It's crazy.
Pete, I hope you're here next week because you are in the hunt, mate. You're only 56 points behind getting your foot on that podium yourself. Darren Freer sitting equal 5th with you are good. Take it to him.
Yep.
Take it to Wilco. Darren Freer, Pete Morris on equal points in 5th. I think that is sensational. Them two where they are. As I said earlier, I caught up, had lunch today with Darren. Absolute true gentleman. And yeah, absolutely loving his vets racing and taking over from his son in the house as the iRacing driver, which is quite good, quite great to see. And Pete Morris, from Fishies, it's good to see him. He's had some health issues at the start of the season and he's fighting back past them. Darren Walden in 7th. Hazy, you're hanging around in the top 10 still, mate. They can't get rid of you. He's still 8th. Kevin O'Neill, the KO prodigy, he's sitting in 9th, and Simon Black, I think last night, because he had missed those 2 races earlier on last night, blew his championship out of the water. So he's back into 10th. Pico in 11th. Steve Williams drops back to 12th now that he's missed 3 races, so now he's getting 0 points. Robbie Williams is being entertaining in 13th. Dave Baldock is 14th. Dougie Wright, Timmy Vermey, Darren Van Rees finally on the sheet in 18th. Greg Shelton's 19th, Craigie Rose, Ash Hall, Tim Hall, Darren Vermey, Rob Baxter slides back down to 24th, and 25th is Bruce Galloway. Just the other one I had to say that I didn't mention before was if you're looking at the points from tonight's race, Abe goes from, I think he finished 6th, but he actually rolls up into 4th with something like 6 bonus points that he accrued. So
I can't believe he got 0x on that track with all that chaos. That was nasty.
Yeah, I can't believe that either. I looked
I
at
had
it.
4x before turn 1.
Yeah, I had 1x at turn 1. Yeah.
You can't be drinking beer while you're driving.
I wasn't. I was drinking water last night.
No, I had 4x. You only had 1x. I had the 4x before turn 1. I was drinking. It's the only way to get around this place.
Wilco,
I
you
was
won't be able to do
disappointed
that.
with my 11X, but it happens on this track.
Hmm.
You won't be able to do that in split 3 next season.
I know, I'm staying down.
You can't have a beer on the first turn.
I'm buying a handbrake during the week. You wait to see me.
Of course, when we do the rankings, when we do the split rankings, don't forget that when we do split rankings, round 10 is a drop round. So your handbrakes ain't going to help you.
Can I remind you that I've never won a race at all in split 4 this season at all? There's people down below me that have won heaps. Come on.
That's not going to help me either. I missed two rounds, so if next week's a drop round, I'll probably end up in God knows.
Yeah, you'll tumble. Yeah, if you drop it next week, you tumble down like Stephen has. But when we go to the rankings, you're not affected by that as much. And then someone like Stephen is he's rolled down. If he doesn't race next week, he'll stay down in that mid-teens area, and then that's when the pub test comes in and goes, you led the championship, missed 3 races. What do we do?
It's a very interesting week next week. I tell you what, it's very close, especially around that top 10. It's there's not much in it.
No, there's not much in it at all. And I think if you haven't seen Carl Pickering's Pico Industries post on Facebook this evening, absolute massive apology to Dave Baldock, and that hung around on the fact that there was 2 guys knocking on the top 10 tonight and 2 guys fighting for the top 10 in the championship. So yeah, absolutely absolutely devastating. Get taken out in the last corner the first corner on the last lap. I know Dave absolutely heartbroken, but it is racing. Shit happens. But
is there a trophy presentation after the race next week with between the Bulldog Van Reed trophy?
No, that's on the 6th. I'm glad you brought that up. That's actually on the 6th of December at the Lakes Hotel at 5:30.
I'd like at least a verbal congratulations from the team, all that kind of stuff live. That'd be great.
Well, I can get Josh to present the trophy then, and I'll get someone to film it for you. I think everyone will be surprised.
Did you actually win it, John?
Yeah, no, I haven't won it. Bulldogs.
No, but can you win it? Can you win it?
No,
you're only 60 points behind.
It's not on.
Show up and you win a round.
No, it's not on points. It's on wins. Who beat who?
Whoever beats who. It's only 2 cars on the track. Whoever gets home wins the round.
That's pretty much it. It's a mano on mano battle, but the prizes are.
Haven't you won the last 5 or something?
No, he won the last one.
Okay.
I'm picking up the trophy for that one as well. Let's just say Bulldog won't be drinking much sheepdog. So basically, the loser gets the sheepdog. So
there's an Adelaide meetup coming up. Was there a Brisbane or Queensland meetup coming up at some stage?
We did one back in October.
Okay, I missed that then.
Yeah. I think it was start of October, early 6th of October. I think somewhere around there. I was up there. I think we had about 14 of us got together at the Morrison Hotel, I think it is, just off South Bank.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah, look at my memory.
Many from Newcastle area, guys.
There is heaps from the there is heaps. Sorry, I'll get back to you, Walker. There is heaps from the Newcastle area. I did do a catch up.
Well, I'm further out. I'm a little bit more western Newcastle. That's probably the closest major airport. That's for sure.
Yeah, look, I get up to Newcastle. I try to get up to Newcastle every year. So I've done a meet up with the boys up there twice now. So like you got Troy Stone Street, Tommy DeWitt, Daniel Schaefer, Matty Mascord, Todd Duggan, Steve Kennedy, Glenn Wilbo. So there's quite a few guys in that Newcastle area still, and that's not counting the ones drag up from Central Coast as well. So there's quite a few out in that area. Yeah, there's a few out in that area that I've caught up with. Melbourne, they had a bit of a catch up at Sandown on the weekend, just gone, and I think I was down there. In October as well. Caught up with the Melbourne guys. Yeah, so Adelaide next, and hopefully next year I'll try and plan Tassie or Perth or Darwin. So yeah, try and get around everybody. One day I'll get over to New Zealand. That's the plan anyway.
Michael Stewart's going to organise another Brisbane get-together early next year, just after Christmas.
Yeah, I think
I'll be there. Let me know when.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's public or not, but there are some of them aren't in Discord. There are some what we call state channels.
I followed the Brisbane one, but there's been no chatter in there, so I missed everything.
There was a Brisbane one, and then there was a second one called Bris Vegas, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get John to add you to that one.
Yeah.
There you go. Add me to that one. Yeah, no, we're road tripping next year, June, July. We're going from Queensland down to Melbourne and back, spending some time in little places out west. So
yeah.
One of them's, I think, Albury Wodonga, and week in Melbourne, so in Canberra.
If you're traveling from Brisbane to Melbourne going inland, call through a little town called Scone and come say good day.
I know Scone. Scone's a beautiful place.
You want to check out
that's where I am.
You want to check out the Warbird Museum there? It's absolutely brilliant.
I live right next to it.
There you go. So you know the boy.
I come outside every other day and watch them flying around. It's such a great place to be.
So you know the boys at Pays then.
Yeah, sure do. I'll take my car over there for every other flying day and car show they have.
Cool. Cool. Been a while since I've been up there, but yeah, it's a good organisation. What they've done with the warbirds up there in the museum. Okay. Anyway, on that note, we might wrap this up because I think the 19 people out there listening are probably. There we go. Look, Luke Allman's leaving. Luke Allman's going to be in Harvey Bay. There is somebody in Harvey Bay. I think it's Darren Friend. I think, or is it Joseph? Joseph Crenshaw.
No, Harvey Bay is our mate that isn't old enough to be a vet yet.
No, there is a vet. There is a vet in Harvey Bay. I think it's Darren. I think it is Darren. It is Darren Friend. I was right.
Yeah. Yeah, pop it in the Discord. You'll get hundreds of people all of a sudden be near Harvey Bay, especially around Christmas.
Anyway, on that note, we'll wrap this up. It has been a great broadcast. One more to go for this season. 2 more to go for the year. Huge thank you to everybody out in YouTube land commenting, making me feel really special. I feel like I'm Wilco because we've got people out there telling me stuff. Just to hear him up a bit more.
You're amazing, John.
Don't forget to watch tomorrow night's races too. They're meant to be very entertaining.
Yes, split 3, of course, at 6:30. I'm not sure whether Hamish. I think Hamish may be doing Sunday because his league's racing on Saturday night. But we'll find
a photo floating around of a locked-on car from Split 2 that's very entertaining. So I can guarantee you watch that broadcast as well.
Jeremy Bush is absolutely flying in the air. In that photo, I've actually seen video of it now. In that photo, rear of Simon Haynes's car is actually a foot narrower than the front of the car. He had
10x before the end of turn 1.
Yeah. So it'll be entertaining to see that. And of course, the poor race controls in the middle of a thunderstorm, trying to keep everything alive, and it was an absolute bizarre night. But anyway, we'll see what comes out of all that one when the process comes through. Watch those 2, of course, as I said before, the ASRG V8 Pro Series, the Logitech G Series. Of course, Logitech, great sponsor of us here at Vets as well. The Bathurst 1000, some big name drivers in that from the real game and from NASCAR. We've got one. Make sure you get in, have a look at that. And also, as I said before, a couple of Vets boys racing in that one as well. So get in there and cheer them on. It should be an absolute top shelf broadcast done again by Jay Kennedy. As I said before, Simon Black nominated into the ASG Hall of Fame. And Jay Kennedy was the other recipient of the award as well. So big congratulations to Jay from SimSpeed. And of course, SimSpeed are back again for season 26, looking after our Split 1 lads. So a huge thank you to Jay and Dan again for that. They have absolutely looked after us now for 2 years and have been an absolute breeze and ease to work with. Really enjoyed that. And then, of course, the other one, for those who don't know, who got inducted into that was Madison Down, another very worthy recipient. On that note, we'll wrap this one up and we will see everybody again next week. Thank you very, very much for watching.
Have a good night.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Racing the RaceKraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 8040 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the Sim Push Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.